We are live. A little sneak attack live stream tonight. Didn't plan it. Wasn't planning on doing a live tonight, but here we are. Here we are. What's up, Marvelous? Let's see here. Nope, don't want to do that. Well, what does that mean? Tough to grade. Homestead Inn. What's up, man? Homestead. Is that Houston Homestead? Oh, it's yeah. You know what? I forgot who's playing tonight. I need to get that going as well. Shoot. Dun 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 dun. Brian Basketballs, what's up? Homestead Inn in San Antonio. Homestead Inn. Homestead. Is that in does that sound familiar to me? Homestead Inn. Oh, Packers Bears. Packers Bears. That ought to be a good game. Run that on mute. Brian Basketball's in the house. Oh, I do hate that. That is such a cop out, man. That is such a cop out. What's up, Forrest? How long till we see $10 bulk submissions? I'm saying we're not gonna see that until if I had to put my money on it, I would say not until maybe the end of Q2. So we're talking maybe June of next year. If not, it's gonna be Q3 sometime. I don't think we're gonna see $10 coming up anytime soon, man. It's just not gonna happen. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. If they do, that'd be great. I just want them to send me my cards first. Send me my stuff before you start opening up $10 submissions. Jay Stanton, what's up, my man? Keelan, what's happening, man? We're having a great little holiday season. Did all of my Christmas shopping today for the most part. I think we got maybe like one or two more people that we need to get covered, but yeah, man, had a blast. But yeah, everything's going good, man. Hope everything's good on your end. I did kind of a little sneak attack on y'all with this live stream tonight. I was like that close to not doing one tonight. But I jumped on to pull down the PSA data for Wednesday's video, and I was about to call it a night, and I was like, man, you know what? It's like 9:00. Let me jump on real quick. No plan, no heads up, no nothing. Let me see who's Let me see what's popping. Let me see who's on. Let me see what's you know who all will jump in. Yeah, bad news on Zion. If you guys are not aware, um, according to reports, his rehab has taken a setback. Um, the setback on his recovery from his foot surgery. Thing that really bothers me about a guy like that, he's massive. He is a massive human being, and foot injuries are just man, ankle injuries are always tough. A lot of people are really thinking that Luca's kind of on the like on this descend because of his injury and stuff. Um, and to me, I'm not really too concerned about that. Me and my man Alan were talking about this the other day about how Luca is not really the type of player that, much like a Harden or like a Trey Young or like a some of those quick, fast, quick jab step type guys that really rely on the stability of an ankle to make their moves. Luca really plays off of his angles and gets open shots, and that's kind of his that's kind of his gift. So an ankle injury on Luca doesn't really concern me a whole lot. What concerns me more than anything about Luca is Dallas's rush to get him back on the floor. So that's a little bit concerning. He's been playing through some soreness and stuff like that. But I mean, as long as they keep an eye on it, and Luca's at least smart about it, and really thinks about the longevity of his career as opposed to the now, um, then he'll be all right. Zion, on the other hand, we're talking about an injury to his foot, and I don't know the extent of it, but uh, it cannot be good for a big man like that who relies a lot on his power and his strength, and essentially the momentum that is basically a refrigerator coming at you, for a lot of his scoring. Big foot injury like that is going to be tough for him. But it is what it is. Cost and supply will not allow a $10 cost again. I want to keep my grading in the USA. Sorry for anyone from other places. Um, I've said this before, and the only reason why I don't, I kind of got off of this idea that PSA will never go back to a $10 card. It was just simply because Nat said that they will. He was very, very kind of a close-ended on when, but he did say that they will. So I do think it'll be back at some point. I just don't see it anytime soon. And they have this mountain of work that they have to get through at bottom dollar. So they have this mountain of backlog at $10 a card with this brand new infrastructure that they've put in place because they've expanded like crazy with this brand new infrastructure that they've put in place that they have to pay for. And it's now a privately held company. It's no longer a publicly traded company. So they have injected all of this capital into this company now. And I'm assuming that some of those partners want some return sometime soon. I think it'll be almost a year since the company went private. So, I'm pretty sure some of those guys want to see some returns and some people want to see some stuff heading in the right direction. So, naturally, these $100, $150, maybe even if they tease you guys with a $75, offering, um, you know, one card, they can grade one card for $150, or they can grade 10 cards at $1 a piece. At $10 a piece, and just operationally make more money. There's more revenue in the new orders. So I'm pretty sure at some point you know they're gonna have to open up lower services, but they really have no reason to right now. And I would imagine that they're gonna try to keep this train going for as long as they can, because they pretty much have to pay bills for this big shiny new machine that they have built. And the bulk of their backlog is now currently at a $10 price point, which isn't Yeah, I gotta be assuming with this new big machine that they built isn't really making them a whole lot of profit. So that's just my take on it. But I don't see that $10 coming back anytime soon. Man, Green Bay is just punching them in the mouth right now. Um, they're just walking it down the field. These boys are just ramming it down their throats and seem to be doing pretty good at it. And they're gonna stick with it. And first and goal, like on the 6 or on the 3-yard line. So yeah, that's my thought. I don't know really what's gonna happen there, but Joshua Sherber. I'd like to see my cards, but also not stressing. I'm mostly soccer starting in 2015, so stuff that was dirt cheap. Anything I've sent is way up, even if the market has softened. Yeah, that's a good spot to be in, Joshua. I'd say you're in the select few because I've been seeing some videos recently of people getting cards back that I'm like, man, you definitely sent that in at the height of the market because that $2 touchdown Green Bay, that $2 base card that at a PSA 10 was selling for $25-$30 is now like fetching like $10 on the open market. So um but man, good spot to be in, Joshua. Just labor cost makes $10 difficult to make profit for what they offer. Yeah, I agree, Brian. That's kind of my point and what I was saying. Um, is that they have this massive infrastructure that they've built, this new big shiny machine that they have built, where I just don't think $10 a card is even feasible. Um, and I'm pretty sure they're still going to offer it, but it's going to be, one of the reasons why I think they're instituting this whole new queue system and capping off submissions is because, yeah, they're going to offer $10 a card, but it ain't going to be this big bulk submission like it used to be, I don't think. So, they kind of back themselves into a corner with this whole set registry and things like that, where, you know, you want to grade the checklists and the base cards if you want to complete your set, right? And so, they have to offer something where grading a card makes sense, even though it doesn't make financial investment sense, for you to be able to grade it in order to complete your set, right? So, there's a little bit of that involved in it as well. Jerome Lane, I have no idea what you're talking about there, Theodore. Marvel Madness is in the house. Wolverine cards don't lose value with injuries. Even if you had any injuries, you just heal them and mutant. That's right, baby. Yeah. One of my favorite things, I think it was it Jeff from Sports Card Investor, or it might have been Gary or somebody that said something about like Pikachu doesn't get hurt or Pikachu can't twist an ankle or something like that. So prices will always be up. My man Peter's in the house. What time is it over there, Peter? Like, was it like evening or morning time? So I guess morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, what's up, sir? Dallas is just plain old bad. Team doesn't mesh well. They have nothing to trade. They're stuck in no man's land. Not good enough to go far in the playoffs. Not bad enough to get a high pick. That's very true, Theodore. You're absolutely right. I'm not sure who the GM was over there. I don't think it's Cuban, right? Or is Cuban doing the whole Jerry thing where he's also the owner and the GM? I don't know. But yeah, you're right. They have nothing. They have Porzingis, but man, he just I think the other day even Luca was like, "Yeah, man, we need Porzingis to be a beast," and he's just not being a beast. They have Tim Hardaway Jr., who's a sharpshooter. They got what's the other kid that's also a good shooter. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of stuck in purgatory a little bit at the moment. So it's going to take some big moves for them to really get a couple of good explosive players. I would much rather be in the situation that my Rockets are in right now, where there's just the possibilities are endless because we got all these young kids with just amazing talent. We also have some picks to play with. We got some really savvy veterans that have some pretty decent market value that we can do some trading for. Word around the court is that Christian Wood is going to be on the chopping block here pretty soon. Not the chopping block, but the trading block here pretty soon. And his value has risen significantly since we got him. I mean, he was a low tier player when we first picked him up, and now he's just an absolute animal with all this amazing upside. So we should be able to get something pretty decent return wise for that. But just good stuff, man. I think my Rockets are in a really good spot. Dallas, not so much. Which, as a native Houstonian, it's always great to see the Dallas teams struggling. I would love for Luca to just kind of like, you know, head on down 45 South, buddy. Come on and see us. 14 months at PSA, my man Peter. One day I'll get him back. Yeah, hang in there, buddy. We'll we'll get him back. In the meantime, we'll keep submitting to SGC and getting our cards back in decent time. Tom is in the house. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that. Every time a pop report comes out on base cards, there aren't true goats. Your cards go down. Yep. I'm late, but I'm on. What's up, Billy Ocean? PSA is taking the fun out of it. Yeah, it's kind of tough, man. You know, it's kind of tough whenever you send your cards out, you pull something cool, and you know, part of the fun is you know, pulling something really cool and then having it, you know, as you're looking at it, you know, you realize like, holy shit, pretty this thing's actually pretty well centered. Holy crap, these corners are pretty sharp and these edges are just dynamite. I don't see anything on the surface, man. This could be gem, right? And then you figure, hey, screw it. I'm gonna send this in. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it graded, and then you have to wait a year, and it's just like, come on, man. Like that's, you know, that sucks. One of the 86 Fleers that I sent, I bought on eBay. I bought it raw, and I, you know, I kind of my emotion kind of got the best of me when I was bidding on it. So I may have paid, you know, close to $80, $100 for it. But then when I got it, I was like, dang, this is actually a lot nicer than I thought it was. And so, you know, it's one of the ones that I sent in. I have 3 of them over there. Um, and so, oh man, Justin Fields, no, they just got him, caught a mid throw on a sack. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing, but that really does kind of take the fun out of things. And that's why I like SGC so much. You know, some of the other alternatives, I think HGA is a little bit behind schedule. Um, so you know, but it's still, you know, it's absolutely one of those things where sending off a card to get graded used to be part of the fun, even if you were waiting a month, 2 months, whatever. But you know, to be waiting the times we're waiting now is just ridiculous. Oh, what a pass! Oh, what a pass! Touchdown again. Green Bay is up. Wow, that was an awesome play. So yeah, ankles are a pain in the butt. Trust me, I assess them all day as part of my job. Oh, I can imagine, Hoff. I can imagine that ankles are no fun. I have a bum. One of my ankles, I have like this little. I'll pinch a nerve in my ankle every now and it'll hurt like a son of a bitch for a couple hours until I kind of like stretch it out and move it around and kind of free it up a little bit. But um, I just think that it seems like ankle injuries, depending on the type of player that you are, um, can you know, obviously make playing uncomfortable, but nothing like a foot injury in my opinion, especially if it's along that you know, that arch where it's meant to be kind of your springboard and your support. Big guy like Zion, man, those feet I mean, that was the demise of Yao Ming. You know, Yao Ming was supposed to be one of the, you know, was supposed to be the next big, you know, big man, and you know, he was absolutely dominant when he was healthy, and then the moment that foot went, that was it. You know, he was never the same. Um, you know, Tracy McGrady, another one with the knee. Penny Hardaway was, you know, gonna be the next. I mean, this guy was gonna be the next Michael Jordan, and you know, again, knee injuries and you know, those joints are just crazy. Uh, Lance Murdoch, what up? Yeah, Nunez looked completely off last night. Um, Somebody had said, I have a friend of mine once again who's a trainer. He trains professional athletes for a living, and he had sent me something the night of the weigh-ins where he's like, put your money on Nunez to lose, because that is not the same woman that has been on a tear lately. And there's something to be said about, you know, she's, you know, has a family now, and you know, got a little bit of money, and you know, living comfy now, and you know, the same hunger just isn't there anymore, you know. So yeah, unfortunately she lost, but man, that what's the chick's name? I just know her by her Instagram. Um Let's see, Amanda Hug and Kiss. I'm looking for Amanda Hug and Kiss. Juliana Pena. Jesus, how did I not remember her name? Um, she's kicking it. Isn't that Brian Ortega's girlfriend? If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think that's Brian Ortega's girlfriend, isn't it? I'm gonna look this up, but I'm pretty sure that's Brian Ortega's girlfriend. Is it? Is it not? Am I off here? Who am I thinking about? Who is Brian Ortega shacking up with? I'm pretty sure that's his girlfriend. No, that's not Brian Ortega's girlfriend. Let me see. Bryan City. No, it's Cortez. Tracy Cortez. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was I got my Hispanic fighting chicks mixed up. Da, 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 da. DYL Dillam. Any idea on regular turnaround time and estimate on when we will get the next service level? So they promised us a new service level before the end of the year, which they delivered on, right, with the regular service. So I don't think we're seeing another service come out until maybe February. Probably they're going to try out this new queue system and all this other stuff. I gotta imagine that's going to take a month or two to sort through and really work the bugs and the kinks out of. So I think this regular service getting released is going to be the most that we're going to see for at least a couple months. They say that they're going to start opening some other tiers up depending on how well the queue system works out, and I got to imagine that's going to be kind of top priority for them. But what's going on? Yu Wat Lee. I hope I got that right. Collect 3D prints is in the house. They just dropped a new video today. I've had a chance to watch it, man. I've been running around all day with the kids. But if you're into 3D printing and all that stuff, that's where you want to go. Depending on the age of the cards, HEA is good too. So HGA has kind of been in the limelight here recently for a bunch of quality issues. They graded a couple of fake autographs and stuff like that here recently. So they kind of been catching a lot of flack. And I was gonna do a video about HGA, kind of all the recent issues that they've been running into and stuff like that. Not only with the fake Jordans, and I think they graded a fake Gretzky, and they've graded a couple cards that had some issues, but also they've had some quality issues and some things like that. And I was gonna do a video, just kind of my opinion and my take on HGA and kind of what they're going through recently. And before I did so, I was gonna do the video, and I said I had told myself that the next time I was going to do a HGA video, that before I did one, I was going to reach out to Tyler, who's the owner of HGA, and see if he would want to give me a comment, or maybe, possibly even come on the channel and talk about some of this stuff. But recently, I don't know if you guys know, Tyler has decided to no longer interact on social media. As a representative of HGA, and that was one of the things I really liked about Tyler, is that he was always pretty active, like on the message boards and on the Facebook groups and stuff like that. He was answering customers and answering questions, and he was very accessible and stuff like that. But I think he had just kind of been getting a lot of flack lately about a bunch of stuff. And you guys know how internet trolls are. Everybody's just, a keyboard killer. Behind the veil of anonymity that is the internet. So people say some really horrifying, terrible shit whenever, they're behind the keyboard. So I think he just kind of decided to no longer deal with that shit, which from a mental health standpoint, that's probably the best thing to do. so he made that announcement that he'll no longer be, very active on the boards and things like that. So I had a reluctance to reach out to him to ask him if he would possibly be interested on coming on the show. But today, just as I was about to do my opinion piece on what's going on with HGA and all that stuff, I actually reached out to Tyler. I sent him a message on Facebook and I said, "Hey, look, man, I was about to do this video, but then I thought, fuck it, I'll just ask and see if, I'll take a shot and ask and see if you're willing to come on. I know you said you weren't doing social media anymore. You're not doing any interviews anymore, but I figured I'd ask anyway before I do this piece." And so I reached out to him and he reached right back and he was like, "I would absolutely love to come on on your show, um, and do a live an interview with you." So I was blown away by that right off the bat. But I told him, I said, "All right, man, look, I'm letting you know that one of the main reasons why I want to talk to you is because you guys have been in the media a lot recently for, some bad press stuff. You guys graded some fake cards and you guys graded some cards that, you guys are still having some quality issues with your slabs, and I want to talk about that specifically." And he said, "Absolutely, we'll talk about whatever you want. I'm an open book." And so I got him scheduled in for next week sometime. It's gonna be pre-recorded. I'm still not gonna edit it or anything like that, but I didn't want to do a live with Tyler just because I didn't really want to take any questions and things like that. I kind of wanted to just have an opportunity to talk with just me and him. And then depending on how that goes, I'll see if I can get him to come back on for an actual live stream where we can take questions and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that because that's actually going to be like, a pretty big deal for me because, a lot of what started this channel and what kind of really got things going for me was HGA when I originally sent my first cards to HGA and actually did a video about it and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's going to happen sometime next week. And then that video will probably be out next weekend. So either a Friday or a Saturday. So you guys be on the lookout for that. But I think it's very cool of him to still be willing to reach out and do these kind of things. I don't know how much of that he's doing these days. I just know that he's not as active anymore. So pretty excited about that. So you guys keep an eye out for that. I know I got him scheduled for Thursday. We're gonna do the interview and the chat on Thursday, and then I'll probably release it, shortly thereafter, maybe Friday or Saturday. So you guys keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled for that. HGA resale value is about 5% above raw card prices. Not exactly sure how true that is. I'm pretty sure there's examples of that, but then there's also examples out there of resale value being, more than that. But it's all about what you want to do with that. Why does Aaron Rodgers have toilet paper? Oh, that's a towel. I saw what it looked like. It looked like Aaron Rodgers had a handful of toilet paper. So yeah, we'll see what's what. But that's the fact that he's gonna come on has kind of given me some confidence a little bit to I might even try to reach out to SGC and see if I can't get I think Peter's his name from SGC to see if I can get a chat with him. So that'd be kind of dope too. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too big for my britches, but it'd be kind of cool to see if we can get him to do that. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really a whole lot else going on in terms of that. If you guys didn't see me on Pittsburgh's channel, my man Pittsburgh does a live stream every Monday night, and they invited me on. Basically him and the TGT boys. That's pretty much the whole TGT crew. It's him, Chef Marte, and then Alan's in there as well, and then there's another guy in there. I keep forgetting his name. That he's on there as well, but they're just great bunch of guys. I was on their live stream last Monday, so that was fun as shit. But we were talking about pickups, and I started a new rainbow. I know I'm a glutton for punishment here with the rainbows, but this is a pretty decently cheap rainbow to do. It's Kenyon Martin Jr. I love this kid. I think this dude is balling. He's an amazing player. But I started that little rainbow there of the draft autographs. So that's something going on there. What else? What else? What else is going on? That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I say that's pretty much it, but I have been loading up on my man Jashawn Tate. Again, another one of these players. He's actually not a rookie this year. He was a rookie last year. But you guys know Panini has been pretty slow with the material recently. They just released Chronicles, like NBA Chronicles, and he is on there. Jayshawn Tate is part of that checklist. So I've been picking up, and in that Chronicles they released his Prism, his rookie Prism. So pretty excited about that. Picking up parallels and all that good stuff. But this is a good year. This year, 2020 and 2021, and then 2021, 2022 are going to be really good years to pick up the Rockets in group breaks. I'm not seeing a whole lot recently because there's not a lot. There's actually no. Did they score again? Did Green Bay score again? No, they didn't. Oh, I thought Green Bay scored again. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. Breakfast. What up, Retro Hoops? Just thought I'd drop by and say hello. Love the vids. In the same boat you regarding recent PSA regular service. Keep them coming. Thank you, sir. I will absolutely keep them coming. Breakfast is my absolute favorite meal of the day. It's one of the things that I absolutely love to cook for my kids. I love cooking breakfast in the morning for my kids. It's probably my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. So thank you for that nice comment. How do you feel about HGA running holiday sales while being so far behind? I feel about it the exact same way that I would feel I feel about PSA releasing or opening up regular services while they're still sitting on a mound of backlog. Obviously, HGA. I think if we look at it, in perspective with what's going on with PSA, I mean, from what I understand, HGA is maybe a week or two behind. Something like that from what I've seen. I don't currently have an order there with them at the moment. But from what I understand, they're only maybe a week or two behind. So I think folks are waiting, I don't know, maybe a week or a couple weeks, maybe in 3 weeks. So yeah, it sucks, right? I mean, if you're one of those people that's waiting on their cards, it absolutely sucks. And then for them to be doing specials I could definitely see where that would seem like a kick in the nuts. So yeah, I guess my thoughts on that, my feelings on that are, yeah, I feel you, because I'm going through the exact same thing with PSA. So yeah, it would suck. However, I'm not in that boat with them at the moment. I'm in that boat with PSA, and PSA I paid for what was at the time. I want to say it was like a regular service, so I was anticipating 2 or 3 months, and then we're almost going on a year now. So I would say that waiting any amount of time over what you thought was gonna be your wait time sucks. But it's just kind of part of the business at the moment. I mean, the whole thing has just completely blown up. Touchdown Green Bay. Oh, that was almost touchdown. So yeah, I feel you, man. I think it sucks. Definitely sucks for sure. I'm going to be, Brian Basketball said, I'm going to be set up at the OKC card show next Saturday. Going to have over 40 HGA slabs for sale. I only sold one last time, but folks liked the way they looked, but did not buy. Yeah, I just think it's newness, the whole newness of the product. I got to figure out a way to keep that thing or keep this thing lit up, because I like it lit up like that back there. Yeah, I think people are really digging the idea, but it's one of those funny things. It's like if a flipper comes to your table and sees a bunch of HGA slabs, and they're like, "Man, I really like those slabs. They look so good, but I can't flip them." It's like, well, then okay, then you're not the target audience. I would think for HGA slabs. So it is what it is. Because I suck at grading, customer service, and tries to rip offs. Yep. Shalani Lapel. Anyone know anything about RGC slabs? RGC. What's RGC? RGC grading. Oh, that's Revolution card grading. I have not had any dealings with them whatsoever. But I can tell you right off the bat, uh, I'm not a fan of their slabs. Just the way they look. Not a fan. They're too busy. They're way too busy. Way too busy. And they're charging, what are they charging? $30. $30 for a 60-day turnaround, $40 for a 30-day turnaround. Yeah, no. Hard pass. Hard pass. Let me see. Let's share screen, share that, share. Yeah, this this business right here, like this, the idea of like this camouflage thing. Yeah, just not a fan. I don't know, just not a fan. I've had folks reach out to me and tell me like, hey, you should check these guys out. Nah, you know what I mean. I'm like, whatever. PSA is like getting food poisoning from a restaurant, then going back to it. A lot of people will never go back to them. Thanks for the hangout. Appreciate it. Collection connection. Yeah, man. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things, right, where I'm just like, what's the basis for sending your stuff there other than to flip it and hopefully, because you got to think about it, right? Let's say that you pull a card that's definitely worth sending to PSA because you're going to flip it. You're sending it to them hoping that you get a good grade and hoping that your card's going to get accurately graded and hoping that it's going to be done quick enough to where you can make a return on your investment, and then hoping that nothing goes wrong because you hope that you won't have to deal with their customer service, which I will say, a lot of you have been telling me that their customer service has been a lot better, and that can be probably attributed to the fact that they've hired a lot of people in their customer service department. So the turnaround times on customer service interactions has been a lot better from what I understand. But still, that's a whole lot of hoping on a card that, if it's worth a lot of money, you're taking a pretty big gamble there. So yeah, it sucks, man. Global sports cards. What's happening, brother? Is it winter? It's got to be. What is it? Springtime over there in Australia, isn't it? Something like that. Question, please. Will a card with 9599985 subs grade to a 9? Yeah, I would think that's a 9. So you can't get more than a grade and a full grade higher than your lowest subgrade. I think BGS goes by that rule. I think HGA does as well. So you can't get any higher than a full grade higher than your lowest subgrade. So yeah, I would say that that's a 9. That sounds like a 9 to me. Waiting for a 30-day HGA since September. Wow. That sucks. Damn, you've been waiting. They're 3 months late on your order? Whew. Have you reached out to them? Have they told you anything? Have they said anything to you? Oh, Fumbalaya. I hope you're getting some kind of correspondence back from their customer service group at that point. So wait, was it due back to you in September or did you submit it in September? Because if you submitted it in September, then depending on when in September, you got a 30-day clock. Yeah, still, you should have gotten it no later than, let's say worst case scenario, you submitted at the end of October. You're still looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Man, worst case scenario, 35. Yeah, you're still looking at about a month late on your order. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. All good over here, buddy. Hanging out. Anybody think WNBA first year Prism cards will hold value long term? Dan, I can probably tell you that they will not. Not against the WNBA. I just no. I don't know. And I don't think I've ever watched a WNBA game, which is kind of sad. Custom labels are for collectors. If you want to sell or flip, I wouldn't do custom labels. They aren't for everyone's taste. Agreed. Speaking of new companies, you look at Rare Edition. What is this? A new grading company? Like new grading companies are popping up like every freaking day. I'm gonna start one. And I'm only gonna grade Rare Edition grading. Is it a grading company? Yeah. Wow. Another one. This is another grading company. Complete, transparent, and unbiased grading of your cards utilizing the help of computer vision, artificial intelligence, and senior graders. There's also going to be a marketplace and a vault, state-of-the-art security and storage for your most prized cards, coins, and other collectibles. We're bringing transparency and trust into the process. Man, this is so much stuff that I don't even. There's too many. There's too many, man. Waiting for CSG to do Marvel. I think they will grade your Marvel, but it's under the what's the other one? The CGC. If you send it into CGC, they'll do your Marvel. David Boyd says SGC I think would be up there in price if everyone stopped selling the SGC slabs for cheap. I did a video on that a while back, basically saying that if you want, saying the same thing that you're saying right now, if you want your slabs to go for money, stop selling them for way below comps. I think people are putting on buy it now for like ridiculously low prices, or doing the doing buy it now for ridiculously low prices, but also setting them at to sell for pennies on the dollar in open bids. Yeah, of course people aren't going to bid that high up. But I also know some people that have been selling their cards for a pretty decent amount. So, it's summertime there, nice and hot. Well, I'm in Texas, and so it's still hot over here. We got a cold front just came through, but when does SGC let you see grades? Mine say post grading. I think you don't see grades, Aaron, until they ship. So until you ship, you'll see your grades. Because post grading, I think, still includes quality. Like there's a quality control step in there, and then they scan your cards and something else. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Bishop still got that Lewandowski. Check the old Instagrams. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that one got a 10 also. No way. That is dope. Dude, that is awesome, man. I'm going to open up this image in a new tab. What are the odds, man? That is dope. Because I remember the last time we talked, Bishop, you had done it, but you hadn't traded. Look at that. That is 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. Both graded, 10 auto, 10 condition. That's pretty dope, man. I don't think I've ever seen a full set. I mean, granted, there's only 2 of them, but still, that's pretty dope, man. Congratulations on that, bud. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is, yeah, I would absolutely say that's less than a 1% odds that you would actually get both of those, that they would both grade out a 10-10, and then they both end up in your position. That's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. I like that. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, both 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 both came out a 10. Marvelous, what do you call that? It's the alphas, right? The bookends? Or no? How does that what do you guys call that? I forget what you guys call that. I think that's what you call the alphas. The alpha and the omega, if I'm not mistaken. He'll correct me here in a second. He's schooling me on the lingo. Yeah, Bishop calls them twins. Nothing wrong with twins, man. I'll take that. Natsman, what up, homie? I just sat through 3 YouTube commercials. Yeah, bro. It's yeah, man. That's how YouTube does it. I don't know what to tell you. I hope you sat through them, man, because if you did, that helps me out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it if you sat through them. Yeah, absolutely awesome odds. I mean, the odds on that would have been nuts, but my man pulled it off. Yeah, okay, here we go. Alpha and Omega. That's pretty dope. Good stuff. Good stuff. I call them beautiful. Same here, Peter. I think that's awesome. Aaron, what's up, buddy? Hey, I appreciate you watching, man. Thank you, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Anyone have cared replaced from Panini and have a time for? Oh, if you have had a card replaced from Panini. I've never had one replaced, but I know I waited almost a year for my redemptions, which kind of sucked. But yep, there it is. Alpha and Omegas. Yeah, my boy. It's crazy because in Bishop's case, the Alpha and the Omega are both the cards of the entire set because there's only 2. So he got his. Oh yeah, that's not uncommon, John, for you to wait. For you to wait that long for a card. Yeah, there's 74 people in here with us tonight hanging out. I'll probably be on for like another maybe 30 minutes or so. I'm not gonna make this a long one. I got to get to bed because I actually have to go into the office. I've actually been going into my office these past couple of days because we got a wall-to-wall physical inventory going on, and your boy is out there counting. So I've actually had to go into the office, so no working from home for me for the last couple weeks, and so I got to get up early and do all that. I'll do all the morning stuff that folks normally do. So yeah, if you can't hit the like button, please. If you're in here hanging out with me, I appreciate it. Especially appreciate it if you leave a comment. That's pretty dope too. Love your content. Please always be the same, my guy. It's kind of hard for me to be anything else, bro. But I appreciate the love, man. Thanks. I really, really appreciate it. Steve K, new to grading and just got back an SGC 9.5. Odds that cracking to PSA would come back a 10. Steve, it depends on what you want to do with that card ultimately. An SGC 9.5 is not going to get the same resale value as a PSA 10, obviously. The problem is that right now, depending on what the card is, right now you're going to have to pay minimum $100 if the market value of that card is less than $1,000. You're going to pay $100, and there is a very good potential, based on what I've seen so far, and the general consensus is that you will not receive a fair grade on that card. That is my opinion. I believe that 9.5 that you received is an accurate grade because I trust the grading process of SGC. Ideally, what you would like to see is that you would like to see that card be sent to PSA, be graded by somebody who knows what they're doing, and also receive a 9.5 grade, potentially in their eyes, have it be a 9.5 worthy. And then because PSA doesn't have a half grade system above a 9, they bump you up to a 10, right? That's ideally what you would like to see in your scenario. However, again, I just do not trust the grading at PSA because there's a very real possibility that you can crack that card, send it in as a 9.5, or send it in as a raw card, and it come back a 6, 7, or an 8. That is not a far-fetched outcome, and that's sad. And so because of that, I would say if you got a 9.5 grade from SGC, and if you're looking to flip that card and sell that card, that your best bet is to sell it as an SGC 95 rather than spend the money, take the gamble that you'll be accurately graded at PSA. That'd be my advice. So I hope whatever you do, man, ends up working out for you, brother. But if you can give me some more info on the card, I can probably give you a little bit more insight on what I would do if I were you. But um, Tom's thumbnail, Tom, who we talking about here? Oh, because he's what is it? The Washington Nationals. Oh, look at that, Tom. Clearly, Natsman's a Washington Nationals. Oh, I didn't even notice that your background is Washington National. Yeah, boy. I like my SGC Marvel slabs a lot. Some have sold for good money, and some haven't more recently. Yeah, I think if you guys are really looking at, like, let's say that you're looking at comps from like earlier this year, and then you're expecting your cards now in December to sell for that same amount or for market value, it's not going to happen, right? There's a lot of collectors out there that were holding on to a bunch of cards. They're trying to dump because they're trying to get liquid for the holidays and buy gifts and all this other stuff. So prices are down right now, just overall down right now. So now is not a good time to judge the market for any slabs, period. SGC, PSA, BGS, whatever, I really wouldn't, if you're going to sell your cards now, just know that right now is a very low time in the market to be selling your cards. And because there's a lot of people selling right now, it's a buyer's market at the moment. So if you have some cards that you would like to buy right now would be the time, right? Um, so yeah, it is. Upper Deck sent me a replacement within a week. Very impressed with their customer service. Upper Deck is still around? What is that going through? That's why I like you, Marvelous. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, Jared, that is I love doing the same thing too. Picking up card, even in an SGC 10, for the value for market price, it's still good. Retro, I need your help with some retro cards that I just got today as well. I got some 1994 McDonald's Upper Deck, nothing but the net set. Wow. Still wrapped in the original package. Should I grade them? You absolutely should grade those. Man, those are dope. I know exactly what set you're talking about. Nothing but, yeah. My favorite one, I think there's one with I think it's the one with Larry Bird and Mike. Yep, there it is right there. Man, if you guys are not familiar with this set, this is a good set. Upper Deck, 1994 Upper Deck, nothing but net set. It's a McDonald's set. Look at that. Good stuff, man. Oh, I forgot about that Barkley right in your face. Here, check this out. Let's go big. There it goes. That's an awesome set. Barkley in a cowboy hat. I would love to see that set fully graded. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Get some custom labels on that thing, Bishop. That'd be dope. That'd be good stuff, man. That's cool. See, I like sets like that, man. I mean, like, this is like a $20 set. Something like that. I don't know what you pay for yours, Bishop, but dang, they got this whole set for $30. I might. They look kind of beat up. The cards are kind of scratched up, but that's good shit, Bishop. I like them. Yeah, I'd say grade them if I were you. I'd say get them graded. I'd send them to either HGA or to TGT, and then get a custom label done in that same gold color that's on the side, as the primary color on that label. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Potential resale 2,500 in a PSA 10. SGC is 350 for a 9.5. Wow, Steve. Here's the thing, man. If you like the card, depending on what it is, depending on what it is, I would keep it. I'd keep it and I'd hold on to it. Um, Man, that's a hell of a swing, though. I could see why it's enticing for you to want to crack it and resub to PSA. The problem is what are the possibilities of you getting that 10? You know, that's the tough part. The tough part is getting the 10, right? Even though you and I both may feel like it deserves the 10 because obviously SGC gave it a 9.5. I don't know, man. I don't trust it because there's a very real potential. Like, what does that card sell for in a PSA 8? That's what you really need to look at as your worst case scenario is what is this card going to sell for in a PSA 8? And if it still makes financial sense for you to spend the $150 plus shipping, get the card back in a potential PSA 8, worst case scenario, and it still makes more money for you than the $350, or in this case, the $450 because you have to resell after grading fees, then I'd say do it. But if there's a drastic drop between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9 and a PSA 8, then I wouldn't even bother, brother. I would keep that card, especially if it's a card that you enjoy, maybe a PC card or something that has some value sentimentally for you. I'd definitely hold on to that. Definitely hold on to it. Tom, you've been getting good grades from PSA. That's good, man. Has that been? Because what I'm noticing too is that like there's been some folks I've been watching on YouTube that have sent out several um different orders to PSA, and some of them they'll be great, nines, tens, nines, tens, nines, tens, and then other ones will be like just completely like sixes, sevens, and eights, and tens, and then there'll be a 10 in there, and then there's like nines and eights and seven, just all over the place. And then the next order will be great, nines, tens, and then the next one will just be atrocious. So it really seems to me like it's a grader issue, like where the grader himself or herself, really depends on what grader you get that day. Um, and it used to be that it would depend on the grader that you got that day on whether or not they'd give you a 9 or a 10. But now it seems like it's depending on the grader that you get, whether or not that's a new grader or an older grader or a seasoned grader, and whether or not they're going to make a judgment call on something that could potentially be a design flaw that an experienced grader might give you some leeway for. Just things like that are always tough, but we'll see. The current situation is why I'm holding off is my Jordan and Jeters for grading. I don't want to be overpaying. Why they're on this cash grab scenario that's playing out at the moment. Do you think that this overpricing on grading is a sign of cost in the future? So I talked a little bit about this. Thanks for joining Tweaking. I really feel like PSA, I really don't think PSA can make money at a $10 price point. But I also feel like with the set registry that they've put together and all this push that they've been trying to do on the set registry has really put them in a spot where they have to service that side of the hobby, which is true collectors, right? Because if you're looking to fill out your set registry for PSA graded cards, then you have to grade the low tier cards. You have to grade the checklists that nobody wants to buy, but you want it because you want to fill out your set registry. You want to fill out your sets in the set registry. And so, they're kind of stuck in this catch-22 where this is just me speculating. I don't know about their financials or nothing, but I feel like over the last 6 to 10 months, they've built this amazing machine, this grading machine that can grade cards at a very high rate. And the costs aren't the same anymore. I don't think their costs are the same. I think their costs of operations have gone up, and I just don't see where they can sustain a $10, card price. I just don't. So I don't know. Maybe, but they have to. They almost have to. They almost have to do it because otherwise, their big selling point of the set registry won't make any sense because nobody's going to be grading a checklist at $150 just simply to satisfy a set registry or a set completion. So they're kind of stuck, man. I don't know what they're gonna do about that, but and that's probably why they created this new queue system. That's probably why they've created, this idea of capping certain grading, grading services. It is what it is, man. I don't know if their business model can support a $10 card. I don't think we'll ever see it again. But the only reason why I say that I don't think we'll ever see it again because of that fact. But then again, the only thing that gives a little bit of hope as to the fact that we will see it again, but there's just no telling when, is the fact that Nat himself said we will be back to a $10 card price point. We just don't know when and we don't know how. Right. And so I gotta feel like they're gonna have it, but it's gonna be very limited to certain people. I don't know. We'll see. MLB is an absolute buy now. I don't know nothing about baseball. And Dan, unfortunately, like I know this much, about basketball. I know this much about baseball, and I know that much about hockey. Like I know nothing about hockey. And I wish I did because my shelves at Walmart and at Target are just full of hockey cards. And I don't know shit about it. And I'm not that much of a crack addict or a break addict to buy. There's guys out there who are buying like WNBA and baseball who've never watched a baseball game, hockey. They're buying just all kinds of stuff just to get the sensation of like cracking something or breaking something. So I don't know. We'll see. I do daily videos on Upper Deck e-cards. Oh, e-cards. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far into it. Choose some cards. In a break, I got a Bowman Draft First Edition 101, but a fourth rounder. I'm waiting for PSA to stop being dumb. It's not worth 1K, but my 10-year-old wants to get it graded. Silly $100 regular. I agree. See, and that's another kind of group of people that they're really not servicing at the moment is those the kids. They're not servicing the kids. Just like you, man, you pulled that 1-on-1. I'm sure for you and your kid, that was such a rush to watch that card get pulled. And for you, that's going to be sentimental value. You're going to want to keep that card, so of course you want to get it graded. But man, to pay $150 doesn't make any sense. Go and send that card over to SGC, man. Send it over there, bro. It's going to look better in a tuxedo anyway. See, that's what I'm afraid of, Marvelous. I don't want to mess with that, man. It's way too much, man. Paid $1.50 for the whole set. Nice. Nice. Does the unopened pack from Dynasty grade from PSA for more value? Question for you and Marvelous. Oh, we got a question, Marvelous. Buy Spider-Man metal wax or wait till the secondary market? I know we talked about this, Marvelous. I don't remember what your recommendation was on that. Because I believe my question to you when we talked about it was like, what's a good rip right now? And I think you guys had said, hey, wait for Spider-Man metal to come out. They've been pretty consistent, but there have been a few cards that are damaged in the process. No chance I sent those cards in that condition. Beat all to shit. That sucks, man. That sucks. That really sucks. Juice Main, what's up, man? Do you think an ultra expensive card they should automatically give an experience greater and multiple eyes and should views before it gets a 10? So Juice Man, ideally, right? Ideally, the card itself shouldn't matter, right? You would like for everybody that's grading cards to be at least proficient enough to grade the cards themselves. Now, the problem is that when you get into these cards that are worth, in the 5-6 figures, that have this high potential for being faked and done like that, then yeah, you want some experienced eyes on that. Oh, what a pass from! I mean, it wasn't a big long sexy pass, but it was just like right out of the cannon, right out of the snap. He snapped it and just like that was a crazy pass. So yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I'd say, Juice. One of my really good friends, um, his son, we call him Juice. We need to school you up on some baseball. It's the long game. Oh no, I love watching baseball. So my son loves playing baseball. He's pretty good at it. Um, and then I love watching Astros. The Astros. Whenever I watch the Astros, I love watching the Astros. Outside of that, I know nothing. I know Mike Trout is like, Michael Jordan, or in this case, LeBron, I would say. But outside of that, brother, I have no idea who's who and what's what. Uh, I'm trying to get through the. I have a SGC 2.5 1958 Mickey Mantle on my PC. Should I keep it as is or cross to PSA or HG? I'm assuming you mean HGA there. Feed the gods. So for a 1952 Mickey Mantle, SGC, if you have it in an SGC slab, SGC's pedigree was built on vintage cards. They were the go-to people in the vintage game. So, in my opinion, and this is with my very limited knowledge on baseball cards, I would keep it in an SGC slab. Now, if you have it sitting in an old SGC slab, send it in for a reslab and get the new, like upgraded, like newfangled slab. But I would keep it in an SGC slab. I think if you look at the if you do some price analysis on the difference in price, um, I think you'll find that they're not too far off in the vintage. I know SGC has a lot of respect when it comes to vintage cards. Um, oh, what a nice little dump off pass there. Green Bay's going to score again. This game's over. Over. He just, man, it's going to be over. I think with all the changes with Disney and release of movies, I'm staying away from Marvel and Star Wars for a bit. Um, I would probably do the exact opposite there, Natsman, because um, there it's going to be hot. You know, Marvel and Star Wars are going to be pretty hot for the next year or so. There's a lot of stuff coming, um, a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. So, uh, do you think baseball will see a position differential in price like we see in football? For example, quarterback to receivers, uh, SF to PF to centers and point guards. Oh, shooting forward, power forward to centers and point guards. I wish I had an answer for you, LL. I know nothing about baseball. I know nothing. Jon Snow. Torpedo boom cards. I like that. Are one-on-ones worth grading for resale or not? Since there's only one of the cards. Card in question looks to be a PSA 9 or a 10. So there's always this debate about whether or not you should send in a one of one to be graded. And I think when you ask that question to somebody and they say, oh, there's no reason to grade it because it's a one of one, then that person 9 times out of 10 is really worried about pop control or population count, not control, pop count of a card. I don't really care about pop count, me personally. I think that if you have a card that you pulled, for example, one of the other folks in the chat was simply saying, hey, I pulled a one of one. Me and my son, we got into a group break. We pulled a one of one and it was great. We got super excited. We want to grade it, but we don't want to pay $150 to grade it. And that's fair, right? But it's a one of one. Somebody would argue you don't need to grade that. I would argue that if you want to grade it, grade it. I don't think, as a matter of fact, I think the fact that it's a one of one is great. It's something that you should, want to grade and want to keep. And then if it's an 8 or if it's a 9, it's a 10, doesn't matter. Just grade it. It is what it is, man. But depends on the product for a one of one. If you have 100 variations of a one of one, is it really a one-of-one? That's a good point. Um, I would argue that even if you have 4 different kinds of one-of-ones, that, it's still a one-of-one in my opinion. Um, I'm chasing I got 3 of them that I need to buy for my rainbow, for my Elijah rainbow. Which right now there's one of the cards that I need for my rainbow, but they want so much money for it. It's ridiculous. Like this guy is like I don't know if he's put that price up that high because he knows I'm looking for it or he knows I want it, but I'm not paying what he's asking for that card. Oh, it must have sold. It must have sold. Choice Olajuwon. Hopefully. Oh no, it's still there. Here it is right here. Green Choice Olajuwon. I need this card for my set, but I'm not paying $1,100 for a PSA 9. Look at that card, man. That thing is BEA beautiful. Definitely off center top to bottom. Left to right even a little bit. Definitely off center left to right on the back. Dang, this was a 9? Should have been probably more like an 8. You know what? Let me look up something real quick. 516-95-151. 516. Card. I want to look this card up in the registry to see what else is out there. 516-95-151. Sorry, folks. Just hang with me for a second here. Because I want to see 516-95-151. What? The pop count's got to be low on this. All right, it's population count 1. Pop count 1. So that means that Olajuwon. I'm going to see how many of the ones that I need. Purple Ice. White Sparkle. There's 3 of them that have been graded at a PSA 10. All 3. Ruby Wave. I need Gold. Gold Prism. 3 of them have been graded. A 2, 1. So there's 10 of these. And I have 1 of them. No, I have Gold Shimmer. Black Shimmer 1 of 1 has been graded. It was a 9. That's another one of the ones I need. Dang, not many of them have been graded. Interesting. Okay, well, that means there's still some of them out there to be found. So that gives me some hope. That gives me some hope at least. All right. So before we take off or before I close out, I was gonna ask y'all something. I couldn't. Now I'm wondering what I forgot what I was gonna ask y'all. It's on the back of my head. Anyway, just a tip for grading with TGT: carefully wipe down the edges of older paper cards. They hit you hard on paper fibers. Good to know. Do I have any completed rainbows? No, I do not. Unfortunately, I have. I do not. I only have 2 that I've been trying to complete. 3 actually. And I'm nowhere near I'm really close on my 1920 Olajuwon set. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the 3 1-of-1s that I still need. So, unfortunately, Drew, I do not. I just sent my Ronald Acuna Jr. 2021 Topps Chrome Vinyl 1-of-1 off to Golden, so I'm nervous. I would be too, man. I would be too. Good luck with you on that, man. This fish man 1 and 2 almost had wait for 1.5 years for a deal. Would not pay asking. Do I have a favorite parallel? Yes, I do. So I love the disco parallels. Those are super dope. Let me see. I have a disco parallel here. I think of so these disco parallels. I think the shimmer on these things are ridiculous. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. There. So that's one of my favorite parallels there. And then I like. Where's the other one? I have an orange pulsar. The orange pulsar is also dope. That's a pretty cool parallel. Um, and then aside from that, not really anything else. What grade you want to grade? Don't listen. Grade what you want to grade. Don't listen to other people. If you want it slabbed and graded, do it. Do it. I agree. I totally agree. Grade what you want to grade. Fuck what everybody else says. And be happy with the cards when you get them back. I certainly don't care about what anybody says about what cards I grade and what cards I don't grade. Yeah. I'm actually gonna have a bunch of stuff up for sale. So if you guys, I don't know what I gotta go through all my stuff here and see what all I have. Things that I've been needing to liquidate. Some football stuff, some Mahomes stuff. We'll see. We'll see what all I got. We'll see what all I can do. With Spider-Man hype, too much for the sealed at 350, 400 a box. That's man, $400. Jesus, what's retail on those? Marvelous. Like, what's the retail supposed to be? Is that retail 350, 400 a box, or is that like flipper? Is that what the resellers are getting? Oh yeah, also picked up a MPJ. I guess this would be a RPA. It's a big old napkin. However, this was before. This is player worn / used material and autograph is authentic. It's guaranteed by Panini. Dun, dun, dun. All right, folks. I'm probably gonna start wrapping it up here. I know I'm a little bit early. I usually do like about 2 hours, but I'm kind of a little bit short tonight just because I kind of just jumped in like last minute on the mix kind of thing. And even still, a handful of you actually hung out, so that's dope. If you have not already, hit the like button on the stream, please. It helps a lot, a whole lot. Thank you to everybody that hung out with me tonight. It's super cool that I can just hit a button and hang out with like 100 of you guys. It still blows my mind. It still blows my mind. Prices on 9091 hoops and Skybox are starting to kind of trickle back down to sanity prices. It's not nowhere near the $10 or $12 that I was buying boxes for like 12 months ago, but still within that $30, $40 range that I'm pretty happy about. So I'm probably going to be picking up a lot more of that stuff and breaking it just because it's fun as shit to do it. Also, I threw up on my Instagram about a week ago. And before I go, I want you guys to comment and let me know what you guys think. But I've been thinking about doing box breaks or group breaks, but doing it for like high end 90s basketball, early 2000s basketball. And when I say high end, I'm talking, SP Authentics, SP Signatures, doing boxes of like 96 90 95 no 96 97 Fleer metal, where you can possibly hit some Kobe, some Topps Chrome boxes from the early to late 90s, early 2000s, where we can hit some like really nasty cards, and then selling them by the pack, like doing box breaks and selling them by the pack. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like that. But I'm kind of trying to gauge the interest on that, because those boxes are expensive. I mean, I was looking at a box of SP the other day. It's like $1,000 a box. Now, mind you, it comes with 36 packs. So, in order for me to, do it viably and make a little money and offer you guys a decent price, the pack price itself would be like, like somewhere in the 80 $70 range or something like that, just to be able to make some money off of it and do it for, for a reason, right? There's a lot of prep work and stuff like that. Um, I've never wanted to get into this whole idea of like breaking new stuff. Like I don't want to break like the latest Prism or and like sell boxes of that stuff and like just I don't want to do that, man. I would really like to break some shit that's like, that would like potentially net you guys like something really cool and stuff that I want, stuff that I've always wanted to break, but I just like don't have the money to shell out, $1,000 a card. I mean, $1,000 for a box. So I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm thinking in the back of my head. I'm also working on something where we can. Um, I don't know how much I want to talk about it. I'll save it for another. I'll save it for another time, where I'll tell you guys about that. But anyway, um, I think we'll end it off there. Thank you guys again for always hanging out on Sunday nights. Um, I think I'm going to try to make this a regular thing, even if I just jump on here for like an hour or maybe even 45 minutes on some days, or if I can get somebody in to come hang out with me, um, talk some shit and stuff. That's always fun. But um, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you have not yet subscribed, go check out a couple of my videos, my recent ones. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. That'd be dope. I'd love to have you as part of the community here. I try to do at least 3 videos a week minimum, and then if there's all kinds of stuff going on, then obviously I'll do more. I have been known to drop 2 videos in the same day because I dropped a normal video and then something crazy happened and I dropped another one. So I try to stay up on the news as much as I can. I have a very different style than most YouTubers on YouTube, especially within the hobby. I don't edit any of my videos, so when some shit pops off, I usually hit record, I do a video about it, and then I upload it immediately. So I tend to try to stay up on the latest news as much as I can. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna head to bed. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you get all your Christmas shopping done. I hope you have some good plans lined up with your families. Spend some time with your people. I know I do. And we'll catch you guys next week. I'm going to drop another video probably Tuesday. And then we got the Wednesday update. And then I got the Tyler interview on Thursday, which I'll probably drop that either Friday or Saturday. And then we got some other stuff coming up. I got my man Bobbles and Ball Cards, who's going to be doing which is going to be doing I'll do an interview with him hopefully this time. Hold on. Hold the presses. Eric, I was about to sign off, man. I need some details, brother. I need to know what happened. Can you reach out to me on Instagram? I'm very, very curious as to what happened. I wish you would have joined sooner so we can talk about this. But I'm sure you'll see it in Blowout Forum soon. Oh, Eric, would you be willing to like do a video of me and you talking about that? Because I think you're probably one of the very first people that have settled with PSA. I would love for you to do an interview with me, man, about your lawsuit with PSA. If you can talk about it, your settlement, whatever the case may be, that would be awesome. Please reach out to me if you're interested in doing that. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Y'all know that. I say it at the end of every video, but I really do mean it. I do love y'all. I got to head out. Appreciate y'all stopping through. Hit the like button on the way out if you have not already. Please do me that huge favor. That's it. Love y'all. Peace.